Yo, what's going on, everyone? We are here for another episode of Cover Lovers with, of course, Team Nerd Herd on the Nearing Nirvana channel. It's a great Monday to get started and talk about some comic books. So, Big Rob, what's going on?
It's live from San Diego Comic Con. What's going on, man?
What happened there? Didn't want us to see the pots and pans?
Yeah, it's frying up a steak behind me. So now let's keep that to the secret.
Oh, I'd rather see that.
West Coast Big Rob on Instagram. Happy to be here another Monday night. Pretty good deck. I think I like some of these covers. So hopefully you guys enjoy the show. What's going on, Mike?
Not a lot, man. Just a long day at work and happy to be hanging with you guys and talking some nerd stuff and covers. Let's just get to it, man.
I second that. All right. So before we get started, let's give a little shout out to our sponsors. We've got our sponsors over at Cover Price. If you want to get 30 days of unlimited cover price for only 99 cents, you just got to type in the code Nerdvana14. And then if you go over to our friends over at Bird City Comics, you can get some store exclusives, some comic books, some toys. You can get 10% off that purchase if you type in the code TNH10. And then, of course, we got our Nomad, DisplayGeek.com, always traveling the world. But if you check out his site, you'll see some collectibles, cases and protectors, stuff like that. So go check it out for your action figures, your Funko Pops, your video games. And you can get 10% off your first purchase by typing in the code Team Nerd Herd. And then let's give a shout out to our four horsemen. We've got Santi Rude 1, we got Something Wong, we got Deanime, etc., and Glenn 2K12 from across the pond. Thank you, fellas. We really appreciate you guys. And I hope to see you in the chat. And then we've got, of course, our resident DJ at Beats by Monster. Go follow him on Instagram. He supplies all the beats for us and all the music, and we appreciate him. So let's give a shout out to our chat room as well. And of course, GT Comic, first in line, always here for us. We really appreciate that. Then we've got Ronnie. Wow, best cover band on YouTube. We really appreciate that.
Thank you.
See, exactly. If you don't go see the Marvel, shame on you. It was fun and much better than any retailer exclusive you show tonight, unless it's Burst City, of course, or Hive. That was funny. I love you, Ronnie. That's awesome. And then, of course, we got Mr. Lord of Brooklyn, BK for life. We got comic artists are gathering to plan their con schedule to corner Mike for vengeance. Yeah, I'd stay indoors for a little bit, Mike. And then we've got Trish. Thank you, Trish. She says, hey, guys, I missed last week. I had COVID. Oh, no. Well, hope you're recovering. And I'm doing better now. Yes, she is. Let's love some covers. Mr. Mike. All right. Well, we got the chat going. Big Rob.
Let's do some awkward silences. All right. Team Nerd Herd Cover Lover.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna switch browsers. Give me a second, guys.
Okay.
So you guys do your thing, and
okay.
Ooh, two FLC covers.
All right. So why Mike switches browsers, he goes from Netscape.
Lord of Brooklyn has a different view on the Marvels. It's a crime against cinema.
Hey, man, to each his own. I watched it. I enjoyed it. Me and my wife enjoyed it. We had a good time. It's a stupid movie, but hey, man, I had
Kenneth fun. Bird, what's going on? Yeah, I saw it. Look, there's problems, but it was enjoyable. The charm is there. So
there's different levels, right? There's that, and then there's Loki at a higher level, right?
I never asked for the Marvels to be a Oscar-winning movie, so I never asked that of any of my Marvel movies.
Well, but yeah, if you want something a little more like mentally challenging, I guess you could watch Loki and think at 4 different levels.
All right, Mike is back.
Yay!
Mike is back. He's on Netscape now. Let's do it. All right. All right. Let's move on to incentives. Great batch of incentives this week. So let's take a look at the first one. We got Alien number 1, the 1 in 25 by Mike Mayhew, and the 1 in 100 by Miguel Mercado. There is a regular open order for the 1 in 100 as well. Mike, let's start with you.
I don't mind the Mayhew this time. I mean, I don't mind the Mercado either, but being that it's a regular cover, it's always tough for me to, think about ponying up that kind of money for art that exists in another way. Plus, the Alien logo is cool enough that it doesn't take away from anything. I don't really like that sidebar, that Fox sidebar. I never have really liked that.
Yeah, we hated that from the beginning, right?
Yeah, so that's kind of brutal. But yeah, I think for me it's the Mayhew, although it is kind of pedestrian. Feel like, I don't know if it really feels like an incentive to me. It just feels like a decent cover. Certainly not his best work. It would probably be a pass for me on both of them, but if I have to choose one, it would be the Mayhew.
All right, Mayhew for Mike, and Ronnie's harsh on Loki. Damn. All right. I'll go next. I'll pick the. I'll go with Miguel Mercado.
That was the best. That scared the hell out of me.
I know. I was like, wow, that is harsh. But the Mercado finally does what we always wanted: remove that stupid 20th century logo out of the way, and gave us an actual virgin cover. It's just at a steep price. Marvel's like, we don't want that, so it's going to cost you some money. But so if I had a choice and money wasn't a problem, then I'll go with the Mercado. Nothing wrong with the Mike Mayhew. Solid Mike Mayhew is probably a better one he's done in a while. It's 125, so it's a cheaper price, but I'll go with the Mercado. It's just a cool. I like the whole story, and it's one of the grossest aspects of the whole aliens mythos is those damn face suckers or head suckers, what do you want to call them? I hate those things. So there you go, Jeff.
Face huggers.
Yeah, face huggers. There you
go. Yeah. So I don't think there's anything wrong with either art. I honestly don't feel like either are incentive covers, just like Mike said. There's nothing overly special. But if we're gonna go with what Big Rob said, and money's not the thing, that they're exactly the same price, I would take the Mercado artwork. But like I said, I wouldn't get either unless you're a super fan of either artist. And even then, you have to question yourself.
Damn, man.
Wow, that's harsh.
I'm just saying that the Mercado just looks like a store exclusive that I just don't. It's good art. Just don't care.
It's so let's call the Alien covers the marvels of comic book covers.
Yeah, I feel like we're
ouch.
I don't know. I feel like we're all a little. I mean, we're spoiled in a good way, but that means that artists have to really raise the bar and come up with something unique, and that's really hard to do with Alien. I get it. Like it's either a xenomorph or a face hugger or Ripley in a robot suit or some shit. But I mean, there's only so many things you could do with it, I guess. But still, like, I don't know. You need to
I agree, Mike. With today's cost of things, prices, these books are expensive, and you can spend your money on something else. You might
prices went up.
Yeah.
So
all right. Let's move on to some DC. You got The Outsiders #1, the 1 in 25 by Christian Ward, and the 1 in 50 by Roger Cruz. Jeff, you go ahead and start us first here.
Do I have to?
Yes, I got a gun to your head, and you're going to pay cover before I shoot you in the head.
God, honestly, they're equally, in my eyes, art-wise, they're equally not good. I mean, it's not that they're not good. It's just they're not incentive covers again. That looks like the 1 in 50 just looks like a panel.
Yep.
And the 1 in 25 is a mishmash of stuff that it's just blah. It's not even worth noting. So, I mean, I guess I would take the 1 in 25 because at least it has some, artistic design to it with the layout. But it's boring. We've seen it before, and it's just mediocre art. So yeah, I mean, yeah. Sorry.
No need to be sorry. I think you're right. They're not good. They're just not good. I mean, the Ward is capable of so much more than that. There's no color contrast. There's no life to it. It's just sort of static and boring, and not in that like good Phil Noto / Alex Maleev kind of way. I didn't finish this piece of art kind of way. And then the cruise just looks like a bad interior panel. It's not even a good interior panel. So these are both. I might take the bullet. Seriously,
just shoot, Big Rob. Just shoot.
Yeah, these are kind of.
I'll shoot you with some birdshot. You'll survive.
I mean, which one has more pages and would stay on fire longer?
I think they have the same.
I'm sorry, I froze earlier, but nothing more to say. It's like these covers kind of both suck. So let's move on. All right, so you have two different books. You got a 1 in 25 from Arthur Adams. That's Deadpool 7 Slaughter #1, and then another one from Arthur Adams, the 1 in 25, the Fantastic Four 13. I'll start first. This one, I really do like the Galactus one, the Fantastic Four 113. It's as Arthur Adams art. It's typical as his chunky fingers, chunky, features, whatever. Flash movie covers. I don't know what you're talking about.
The last one. The last cover.
Oh, the last one? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. So it's cool. He's kind of an action pose, crouching. He just blew up something. I like the glowing eyes, the detail on the headdress, the line work. A lot of crisscross there.
Cross hatching.
Yeah, cross hatching. There you go. Man, my terminology is horrible tonight. So it looks cool. I like it. Nothing wrong with the Deadpool. It's just pretty generic in my opinion. So I'll go with the Galactus, the Fantastic Four 13. Mike.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you on that, I guess, if I have to choose between the two of them. I mean, his women covers all sort of look the same these days, but somehow they continue to be hot every week. They're on like top 10 lists every week. I don't know how. So at least this is something a little bit different. Both of them are. The Deadpool one looks like it's too smooth or something. It almost looks digital, which I don't think it maybe the color. I mean, the color is digital, but whereas they're that way, even if it doesn't look like it is. So as a result, and all the things that you said, Rob, I like the Galactus one much better.
I'm also a homer for Galactus. Jeff.
Oh my. Yeah.
I just think it's funny that I would have rather seen at least all of Deadpool in that picture in the cover.
You can't see
he somehow gets all of Galactus in this cover. I just think it's a little funny. Yeah, I agree. This is I actually think this is better than probably the last, I don't know how many covers we've seen of his. Both of these covers. And I would take both of these covers, but I'm a big Galactus fan. So anytime I see him drawn, I like it. So yeah.
Also, does Deadpool have male Jones supports or not?
Yeah, I don't know. Guess not in this one.
It's pretty flat on a very tight.
Are you shaming him, Mr. Rob?
I'm like, I don't know. I'm just saying. There's nothing wrong with it, I guess, nowadays. But it could have been a little more realistic on that part. But just my opinion.
Take my money.
What's up, Piper?
This is the best.
How's it going, man?
What up?
What up, Piper? Let's move on. So we're all with Galactus on this one. The World Devourer. Ghost Rider #20 by Elizabeth Torque, the 1 in 25. Mike?
I don't mind this cover. I like the line work on it. Something about it feels kind of old school, which I dig.
Like a filter, right?
Yeah, it has like that vintage filter on it or something. Maybe it's exactly what it is, but what it does is it makes the flame head look cooler than it might normally look, and just really cool line work on it, and good shading, shadowing, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of a generic pose, or sort of like a one that we've seen 1,000 times, but I like the art of it. I like Torquay's style anyway, but in this particular case, I dig it. I was contemplating whether I liked it or not when I first on the list for the week, but as I look at it more and more, I like it more and more. So this is a win for me, although certainly not at $25. It would have to be a lot less expensive than that. I might buy it for 10, 15, maybe. That's a stretch.
Yeah, I agree. It's a solid 1 in 10. I don't know about a 1 in 25 though. That's I like it. It's pretty cool cover. I like the vintage. It reminds me of the J. Scott Campbell retro covers. Remember? You would drop that filter on top of it.
I love that. Yeah,
it's almost very similar to that filter. I wish they would have mixed that Ghost Rider logo with that filter, because it stands out. It's too clean compared to the art.
That's true.
Yeah, so that kind of, because the font's fine. It's just I wish they would have dropped the filter on the font as well, so it mixes better. But at 125 is a little steep. Yeah, I agree. $10 solid, but I do like Elizabeth's work. I don't think I've ever seen her name before, so I'm definitely impressed with her first offering here for us here at Ghost Rider 20. But hopefully we get better stuff going forward. Jeff?
Yeah, I actually agree with almost everything Mike said. And basically what you said, I like the way it looks like it's a little old school, a little more 70s color palette and shading. So I dig all of that. I don't know if I necessarily have the same issue with the trade dress, but I do have an issue that the layout of the art is like it's covering part of the art. I just don't like, especially it's going through his head too. So that really kind of irks me a little. But 1 in 25, I don't know if this would be, like they said, incentive cover. It looks like a cover to me. I like the art though. If you're a fan, I'd get it, but yeah.
We're lucky Marvel didn't plaster that logo right in the middle, because that's what they
really
do.
would have been upsetting. Yeah.
Yeah, so count your blessings, really.
I guess.
Let's move on. Daredevil by the great and powerful Adi Garanov. Daredevil number 3, 1 in 25. Jeff.
Well, Alonso did say in the message, this looks like a Sears portrait, and it kind of does, but it's a really nice Sears portrait. The art is great. Daredevil looks great. I feel like I wish he was able to almost do the art on or at least the shading on the Daredevil trade dress, because that sticks out. That color compared to the rest of the color palette on this cover, it's weird. But yeah, I is it okay if I like it? I like it. I don't know if I would get it at 1 in 20. Maybe I would. If I was a huge Daredevil fan, I would get it. It's kind of a cool pose, a cool look, old school. His old school suit? Not the first one, obviously, but
It's very Miller.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like art. Draw, right?
And it's Adi. I love Adi.
Mike, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, are we supposed to not like this? I really do like it. I mean, maybe I think it's great. It does definitely have that Sears portrait look to it, but that's, I think, kind of the point. I mean, I love his style. I love his depth. There's good, there's good emotion in it, even though it's sort of emotionless, if that makes any sense. I don't know. Like the terse look on his face is good. It's serious, tough. I like it. I don't know. I think it does the job. I think it's great. And I think it does feel like it feels a little bit like a store exclusive too, which is
That's true.
kind of bad. But what I do like is that I know he paints this for real, so that's helpful. So to me, I'm looking at it going, okay, I know that that's paint on paper or canvas or something, and that makes all the difference to me. So I'd buy it if I could get it a round ratio or less.
I mean, I could see. Here's the thing. I could see this. Sorry, Big Rob. I can see this
You're
being
fine.
a thing. Like it can even be posterized. Like this type, he does this for every different character in the Marvel universe. Like I can see this being a thing going forward because you can, hang it and it looks like legit cool painted art.
Yep.
So I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, well, I like a more, well, at least the trade dress, it's not covering Daredevil's face like Ghost Rider, right?
That's true.
Yeah, it's not doesn't match the, I know the filters on the trade dress, but at least it makes sense. It kind of curves around in his head. So yeah, it's a solid, beautiful piece of art. I'm like, it's just a very simple portrait of Daredevil as we all imagine him in our head. That's the Daredevil we all think of when we think of Daredevil.
And to what Hyper said, it was static. I get that it's static. I just think we get more covers where Daredevil's dynamic than static.
Yeah,
So this is okay. Him standing still every once in a while.
it's different. Yeah, I agree. Most of his covers are very action oriented. This is not.
Yeah. Would have looked even better if you can tell that he was on top of a building, and they had the skyline in the background.
Well,
I think that would have been dope. But that's a lot.
I get it, but I like this because it doesn't have all that because it's something totally different for me.
It could feel like he's in a dark room.
Yeah.
So that's
so
cool.
like that hallway, right? That hallway
Yeah.
wall.
Oh man, that scene is awesome.
So that's what he's walking down some,
Look, if the Daredevil series gives us more of those hallway scenes, I'm not going to hate the Daredevil no matter what.
Well, Echo looks pretty good. We'll see.
Yeah,
All right.
we'll see.
We'll move on.
We'll see if we ever actually get it.
I think it's coming.
They'll get it right.
Lotus Land #1, the 1 in 25 by Ian or Ian Bertrand. Mike?
No. It's like almost there. The parts of it, elements of it are really cool. Some of the details are great, especially on
What up, guy?
the girl, the dripping girl or melting girl. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but I'm assuming dripping. Is
Dripping
cool.
girl. Nice one.
I hang my head in shame on that one. But I think the face of the male character ruins it, and the background kind of ruins it a little bit for me too. So it's like an almost there, but not quite there, to me.
Yeah, I agree. It looks like a boxer's face, like Jake LaMotta or some shit.
Yeah, I even feel like his head's a little small. But that's just nitpicking it because it's not art that I like at all, really.
The hands are crazy.
Yeah, it's a little weird. Yeah, this just doesn't work for me. It doesn't entice me to find out what this is about. It just feels a little awkward and weird, especially with the background. It makes no sense to me.
Was that fire, lava? What is that?
I don't know.
One of those LED flicker bulbs? Let's go.
It's a lava lamp.
There's too much drip on this cover. There you go, Hyper. Yeah, they're just dripping everywhere, man. Just
That's why I was like, is she melting? Because it looks more like she's melting than dripping.
No.
I do like the water and the design, the colors on the water. That's pretty cool. It reminds me of those like dresses Mrs. Roper used to wear in Three's Company. That's the first thing I thought, dude, when I saw it.
Oh my god, was hilarious.
You know those fucking like muumuu dresses with the patterns and shit? She used to wear all the beads and all that.
I love the 70s.
Oh, I love Miss Roper, man. She's a shit. All right, let's move on. We got Catwolf and the Howling Commanders, number 2, the 1 in 25 by Jay Anacleto. I don't know how to pronounce the last name, dude. Anacleto, close enough. Go ahead, Mike. You pronounced it right. Go ahead.
So, I normally really love Jay Anacleto's work. His detail is fantastic, but there's no getting around how ridiculously stupid this idea matter. Like, I feel like no matter who draws it, it's just, I think it's just dumb. I think the cover itself's pretty cool. It's got kind of that that Hulk transformation, that Hulk #1 transformation feel to it, which is probably what it's homaging, if I had to guess. In a very loose way, which I like when it's done loosely like that. I expect huge things from Anacleto every time. His best covers are some of my favorite covers, and this is not among them. Although it's not a bad cover, I certainly wouldn't pay the 25 or more for it. But if this were a B cover, at cover price, kind of a thing. So I dig it, but it's not his best work.
Jeff.
Agree wholeheartedly. It just looks like a B cover to me, even A cover. But it's not an incentive worthy cover because I just don't. I don't like Mike said. I don't think he lived up to his artistic talent here. Just a little short. Yeah.
I like me some Catwolf, but yeah, it's a solid B cover. I agree. It's not an incentive. So if you like it, buy it. But if you don't, you're with us. All right, let's move on. All right, this should be interesting. Batman and Robin, number 3, the 1 in 25 by. I don't remember seeing this young lady here, but that's nice to see her for the first time. Sukesha Ray. Interesting art. Jeff.
Huh. Okay. I'm kind of taken aback because it's the first time seeing this artist and this artwork. I know what Mike's thinking.
Yeah, we all know what Mike's thinking. That's why I wanted you first.
But this isn't Rose Besh, and this ain't no. Who's that other?
Momoko?
No, the other one. The one that does the DC Batgirls incentives. Rihanna. No.
Rihanna Gonzalez?
Yes, Rihanna Gonzalez. It's got the same color palette. You know what these look like? And this is sad. This just looks like toys.
It look better.
Yeah, this just looks like toys that they were trying to like put out there. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: Batman looks horrific. It looks so awkward without a neck and that big old head. Yeah, this is a pass for me for sure. I don't know if it's like slap my face bad because it's a different type of artistic take on them.
Yeah.
But it's not that bad. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't buy it.
If she would have just drawn the heads normal, because I love the colors. I do appreciate the color, the artistic kind of
the layout
glossy,
and stuff.
Yeah, just kind of galaxy nebula vibe to this. All the bright yellows and stuff like that. But the heads just ruined it, right? It's just stupid. It's a stupid idea to begin with.
Nightwing's head's fine.
Better.
Batman's head is just. Ugh.
It's not fine. It's just better than Batman.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. But I love her color choices. Just that the idea doesn't work for these characters. Try different characters, but not these characters. Batman is a serious son of a bitch. Paint him serious. So go ahead, Mike.
Honestly, the last thing you said is taking words right out of my mouth. This is just not the right book for this treatment. This needs to be. This needs to be something darker, something more serious. I don't mind the colors either. but I just don't understand the whole like chibi bobblehead fucking.
It does look like a Funko cross with the Cos Baby.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't understand what is it that people want to buy these for? Like what? Not Batman fans don't want this. Who does? So who wants it? Like if Batman fans don't want it, then who wants it? Like that's kind of what I want to know. It just doesn't fit for this. It needs to be on, do it on like a She-Hulk cover or like something
Stargirl.
Stuff perfect. Yeah, like that kind of thing.
Miss Marvel. I don't know. Yeah.
Not on this. Certainly not on this. I don't really like the whole style in general. Even Scotty Young is mostly miss for me. So, the whole idea of, I don't know, the baby big head thing, I just don't get it. I don't know. I prefer more serious art than that, especially for Batman.
This Batman ain't sneaking up on nobody.
Yeah, so
that big head's gonna give it away.
I agree with the face palm on this one.
I want to respond to Ronnie. Yes, this is the first thing I thought. Ariana Grande, when I saw her, I was like,
yes, right? I thought so too.
And unfortunately, it's not even close to the worst cover of the year. Trust me, there's been some fucking horrific covers this year. This is not even top 10.
We're just in the moment. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be better than some covers in this show already. So
Peace Stain. Let's go back to the Fornes.
Yeah, Fornes. No, dude. Sakai, Eastman,
Miller. Sakai, Eastman, Miller. Yeah, the Millers have been
George Perez on fucking art that shouldn't have been used.
It's Cap Rob Liefeld.
Yeah, all kinds of shit. Yeah. Trust me, this is not that bad.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
All right, let's move on to WildCATS or Wild CATS 12. 1 in 25 that from Chuma Hill. Jeff.
I'm not upset at the art. I just don't, again, I don't feel like this is a 1 in 25 incentive. Like, looks like a B cover all day long, and a normal B cover that DC would have put out, but of course they made it an incentive cover. So I dig the car. I dig the sign. Maybe I have a little issue on the design of the character, but that's not the artist's fault. That's the design of the character, I'm sure. So, I mean, the art's not bad. So, good on Chuma Hill. Just maybe I wish I got this on a B cover. Yeah.
Mike?
Yeah. I appreciate the 1965 Mustang, that's for sure, and I do like the marquee. That's cool as hell too. So I agree with Jeff on that one. But yeah, the rest of it just, I think it's exactly what Jeff said. It's not Chuma's fault. It's the character just having a compelling design. You can't make a compelling cover out of it. So it's not bad. Really solid B cover. That's about it. Certainly not an incentive, though.
I do appreciate the Beastie's Lady t-shirt instead of Beastie Boys. The Beastie Boys design, so it's Beastie's Lady. I like that. But the art, it's okay. Nothing wrong with it. So I like that. So that's cool. Let's move on.
It's probably more of a 67 Mustang than a 65 as I look closer.
All right, we got from Takashi Okazaki, Star Wars Vision, Peach Momoko, number 1, 1 in 25. Followers are on knock. Mike.
It's better than Peach's cover, which isn't saying much, but it's just, they're just boring. I mean, all the Star Wars covers just seem to be really boring. I mean, I don't know, like it's almost like they know they can get away with not putting the best people on Star Wars covers and they're still sell them, which is true. But there's nothing bad about it. It's just, it looks like a splash page, kind of, to me. I also hate the Visions logo. It's a really poor, really poor logo. So I don't know. The whole thing is kind of meh to me. Again, not incentive worthy. A cover at best. Decent art, but certainly not
I don't even think it's comic book art. I think it's more like amateur art you get at a con that somebody just started. Like it's pretty fucking beginner level. But yeah, I don't know. They're pushing with these Visions books. The people buying them. I don't know how dedicated they are to these books. So it's okay, not horrible, but not great neither. Jeff.
I mean, this is obviously anime artwork. There's no doubt in my mind.
Shitty anime artwork.
I get it. Yeah, the layout sucks, especially like how many times we've seen this layout for any Star Wars book on like a regular cover. Darth Vader in the background, Luke in the foreground. You know, like the Emperor in the background, Darth Vader in the foreground. It's just the same. Grand Admiral Thrawn. You know, like it's all the same layout. I don't think the art is necessarily bad, but I feel like it. If I was going to compare like all the animes and art and stuff like that within the animes itself, this will probably be on the lower half of that rung. So yeah, it's probably not the best that he's ever done because I've seen him do great artwork that I've really enjoyed too. So this is not incentive. I actually, when I first saw it, I totally forgot we were talking about incentive covers.
It took him an hour to do probably.
I thought it was an A cover. So yeah, Mike was right. It's an A cover all day.
Yeah, it's probably a rush job because man, there's so many great manga and anime artists out there, and they could have done so much with this run.
Why is that person wrapped in intestines?
It is.
It does look like it, doesn't it?
It's the carnitas right there. All right, let's move on to Brad Walker's 1 in 10 of G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero, number 301. Well, I'll start this one. I'm the Joe. Well, we're all Joe fans really here, but I love me Serpento on the cover. Never hurts to have Serpento. Every time it's Serpento, you're gonna sell that cover. It's a pretty cool action pose from Snake Eyes. I do like the rough kind of line work on the character. There's a little bit of a shadow, like a red shadow around him, kind of outlines him nicely around the fire. The fire is pretty cool. And Serpento's face is done pretty well. I like the lighting of the shadowing on the left and the lighting on the right. It's well centered, and always we have the classic G.I. Joe trade logo on there. It's not the greatest, but it's a solid cover. I could see this being 1 in 10, $10, $13. That'd be great to have. So it's a winner for me. I don't know. I think I pre-ordered it. I'm not sure. Mike.
Yeah, I mean, I like it too for the same reasons. I think it's the right incentive level, 1 in 10. I think that's perfect for a cover like this. It's very good. It's dynamic. Serpentor looks great. Again, you put these two characters on a cover, it's an easy yes. I feel like there's like a few characters you can put on a Joe book and sell it every time, and this is one of them, or two of them actually. So the line works good. It's intricate and well arranged. So good composition. My door's off, that's for sure. But it is 1 in 10 incentive worthy, I feel like. And although, I mean, not like IDW stuff used to be, but Image is probably going to be printing more of this stuff. But either way, probably won't be too hard to find. Might even be able to get it for less than 10.
Let's hope so. Jeff.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't know if it's one of the better incentive covers that they've had, but that's fine. This is good artwork. I actually dig the whole Serpentor's mask or costume. Like, I really like the line work in it. I like the eyes, and of course, it's always nice to have Serpentor on your cover and Snake Eyes. So either one of them, they're probably there's huge fans for both of them. So this will be, and of course, this will most likely be a difficult book to find. I still don't know even if they went to Image, I don't know how many stores are still ordering a lot of these covers.
Well, it's the first issue, really. So there should be plenty, I think, Jeff, because this
Yeah,
issue 31.
for this one, yeah, then I guess so. Then this one might not be so hard. So hopefully, if it's not so hard to find, it'd be cheaper. Maybe just cover price.
Yeah,
Well,
$7.
Let's see how long the hype keeps it going, because they hired pretty much the same writing staff, and they tanked that book in IDW. Nobody was reading that shit. Shit was trash. So
I don't know why they would do that. That doesn't sound like a sound thing to me.
no, it's just the story was shit. That's why it sucked. All right, art was always good. All right, Detective Comics 1077 to 125 by Liam Sharp. A cool image here of Solomon Grundy wanted. Jeff?
Okay, this is the first incentive cover I've seen from DC today that was worth, I think, an incentive cover. Wow. I don't know how much art I've seen of Liam Sharp, but I like this. I like how it kind of looks cartoony as well. But this is really cool, actually. I would be interested in this regardless of whatever the story is. This is a cover buy for sure. And wow. That's DC cover I've seen in freaking months.
One before I push it on here to Mike, is it going to have the actual 1 in 25 variant cover logo on the top right?
Serious?
You see that little black circle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that? I wonder is that actually going to be on the book?
You know what? I would maybe so, because they needed the
balance.
Yeah, the balance with the DC logo.
That's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen it before. Mike?
Yeah, I like it as well. It's unique, and I know that it won't be unique since there's going to be others of these, but right off right out of the gates, this is a really good one. I think the art, this center panel is done really well. It's just a good concept. It's done well, and it does feel like an incentive. I agree with Jeff. I probably would pass on it. I don't really care for the character all that much, but I'm less of a DC guy than other folks, so they may want this for that, but not me. So this would be a pass for me, but I do like it from an artistic standpoint.
Yeah, this hit me harder because I'm a Solomon Grundy fan.
Fair enough.
I love the poem, everything that goes along with it.
Fair enough.
Okay, let's move on.
Big Rob, what was your thoughts?
I agree. It's dope.
And there it is.
Then let's move on to Wesley Dodds, the Sandman #2, the 125 way. Martin Simmons. Mike, I want to hear your opinion on this one.
I love this cover. I've always liked the whole Sandman universe thing anyway. That's what I kind of cut my teeth on with comics back in the 80s.
But this is a different Sandman.
And the Sandman gas mask version was not as good, but it ties into the original one pretty nicely. And I think that if they handle this well, they can really do it. They can do it some justice with a good story. Simmons' art I love it. I love the sort of the visceral kind of manic nature of it. It's very similar to Sienkiewicz stuff, with a couple of other things mixed in. But I really just like his ability to create some out of kind of impressionistic aesthetics and styles, and I think it's cool. The colors are great. The details that are there are in the right places. The ones that aren't are missing in the right places. It just has an overall great feel to it. I love the skyline on the bottom. That's really cool. Sort of muted, but definitely there and apparent. I just think it's a great composition. I really dig his art. I like it more and more every time I see a new piece from him. So this if I can find this one out, this will be the.
All right. I want to say this is probably so far the best cover of the night. It's very Sienkiewicz. I agree with you, Mike. It has that aesthetic to it. never really cared about or really thought about this character in the past, but this really makes me feel interested in the character and would like to know more about him just from this image. This is a good image to get your imagination stirred and see what the hell was up with this character. It's a very cool looking character, and why is he wearing a gas mask? So I love the coloring, the art style, the line work that he did. Is this digital, or does he draw this on paper, or does anybody know?
I'm pretty sure he drew
I don't
this.
know. I think it's painted, but I'm not positive.
Yeah.
If painted, that'd be really impressive. Yeah, this is really well done. It's
If this follows the original storyline, it's that one of the characters is trapped in, and he thinks he's the Sandman, even though he's not. But he believes he's like the Sandman as almost a superhero, and this is the way he dresses. That's the way it's handled in the original Sandman series. So I don't know if that's the way they'll deal with it here, but
very
it's pretty cool concept.
Very Moon Knight then.
Yeah, it is actually.
Okay, Jeff.
Well, I learned something new today because I never knew this Sandman was connected to the other Sandman.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is the Sandman from Justice Society. So I never knew that. I've read about the character, but I guess not enough. Justice Society is not necessarily something I've read a lot about. I mean, I love the characters, but dang, this, you guys said it all. It reminds me of Sienkiewicz. I like the art. This actually would compete with the last cover for best DC incentive cover this week. So yeah, it's worth it to me. I just don't know if people know who this character is or who Wesley Dodds is or anything like that. So don't know if it's theirs.
So, reminds me of The Shadow a little bit.
Yeah, I think it was also Gaiman's attempt at, during the early issues, he was trying to tie in the Sandman into the regular DC universe, and there already was a Sandman book that was unrelated to his version. And I think he was trying to figure out a way to tie in the original Sandman, and it's the way he did it was by creating this.
So he merged this backstory.
Yeah.
And I like
in typical Gaiman fashion.
Yeah, I like the Dr. Fate symbol.
Number 1.
The Ankh.
Oh, did I freeze?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Libra Miracle 1/100, the PGA number 1. Santa Claus.
It's like, fuck what Jeff has to say. We're just going to move on to the next cover.
That's fine.
I froze. I don't know what the hell happened. So
what's up, Tony?
Thanks for go ahead, Jeff.
No. We're good. I was done. I like Dr. Fate, so I noticed the Ankh. That's all.
Where? On this cover or the cover before?
The previous cover.
The previous one.
Oh, well, then you're number 1 on this one. Go ahead.
It's good art. This weirds me out. So artistically wise, looks kind of cool. Okay. It's creepy as hell.
James Tynion, writer.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool art. I don't know if I would ever think this is a 1/100 at all. Just kind of looks like a really damn good A cover. Maybe a 1/25 would have been better for it. I just don't. I would not pay a 1/100 price for this. I love Lee Bermejo, and I like this art. I'm not paying like $75 to $100 for this. So
I agree with Jeff, but let's leave the 1/100 out of it. It's a great.
Yeah. I mean, art wise, it's great for me.
Yeah, the art. I think it's a really cool cover because it's Santa Claus just being a fucking axe murderer, right?
Right.
Coming through the chimney here, and very long, crazy beard, much longer than we used to see him. He's wearing a mask, that eyes wide shut mask. So yeah, it's and of course Lieber always does really cool kind of gritty art. So it kind of makes sense. I know Steve's probably all over this, so I dig it. Yeah, 1 in 100 is steep though. I agree. It should be 1 in 25. Mike.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Definitely has 1 in 25 vibe to it. But man, I love this cover. It's going to be a hot cover. I think this is going to make all the hot lists. This is going to be one people are going to chase. People are kind of suckers for Santa Claus related stuff anyway, and 'tis the season. So I think it's fucking great. I mean, I always like seeing what their norm is. And I've seen so many freaking Batman covers from Bermejo over the last, I don't know, 2-3 years. It's really nice to see him do other things. Yeah. And he clearly had fun doing this cover. This is really, really cool. The contrasts are great. It's really realistic. He's just got a great knack for shadow and light and in this case, composition. And it tells story too, which is kind of rare on covers these days. So I think it's got all the pieces of the puzzle to be a really hot book. 1 in 100 is, I'd love to be able to get one, but not at 1 in 100. I'd pay $25 for this. I might pay 35 tops.
Yeah, look at the texturing on the wood floor and the brick.
Yeah,
it's great. The details.
So and he got all the perspectives right on the brick and the mortar work and stuff, which most artists would just completely fucking blow.
The reef. I like the socks with Jimmy and Susan.
I appreciate that it's not all perfect straight lines.
Yeah.
It just made it really gritty and detailed. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good at doing that. Let's move on to the last incentive of the week. This is Street Fighter number 6 Evolution Special number 1, the 1 in 10. And this is from Jeffrey Chamba Cruz. Okay, I'll start it off. I'm the Street Fighter homer, right? Usually in this group. So this is different. Typically, most comic book art, the girl has giant butt. She doesn't, which is totally different from. That's why it stood out to me, really, because I'm like flat, but it's refreshing in a way. It's totally different. It's totally going off against the grain, drawing the girls with giant boobs and giant butts. Yeah, I agree.
So you're saying it's not an Alonzo cover?
This is the anti-Alonzo cover, basically. He didn't pick this. I did. I put this on my own. So, but I do. If you just kind of it's just probably just shitty perspective on his part. But the rest of it is pretty. I do love the way the jacket looks, her face, the gloves, I guess we call these we don't call them gauntlets, yeah. So it's an interesting 1 in 10. It's not gonna break the bank. It's also I believe a new character. I don't think I've ever seen this character. At least definitely not this outfit. I think it's a brand new character, at least for Street Fighter 6. It's a new game, right? So also might be one of the first incentive cover appearance. And I think she might be on cover A or cover B, I can remember. So there's that. But it's okay. But it's totally different. And this was stood out to me. It's the butt. But Mike.
Yeah, it's just okay to me. There's elements of it that are cool. And other elements I don't like. Some of the layout, the design layout of the cover itself kind of bugs me. Like I don't like that strip across the top. How it's perfectly lined up with the top of her head, which seems a little convenient, and some other just poor font choices and stuff like that. So from that perspective, I don't like it. And I also maybe don't like that it's just but some of the artistic choices on her are cool. The pose is cool. The lack of butt is an interesting choice. I do love the jacket. I think that's maybe the coolest element of the art itself. I'm not a huge fan of her face, actually, but I don't really know what this character is supposed to look like. So I guess I can't really criticize that. But it's just an okay cover. But again, like the G.I. Joe one, it feels like a 1 in 10. I mean, it feels like it's placed. So if you can get your hands on it for 10-ish, I think that's probably a pretty good price.
Jeff?
Yeah, artwork's okay. Minus the weird ass shot here. Um, it looks like a gaming magazine, which is kind of different yet the same. You know what I mean? So that, I mean, but that works for this book, so I can appreciate that. Uh, like I said, there is some perspective issues on it, but other than that, it's perfectly fine. Um, just not for me. It's definitely for Big Rob.
Yeah, I don't think I pre-order this. I don't think so. It's it's too simple, too generic. It's not worth the extra bucks.
Is this in the deck anywhere?
Um, I'm looking for. I don't think it came out this. I'm seeing Spine Tingly. I see. Okay, issue number 2 came out this week. Oh, I see what he's saying. Yeah, I'll pull it up. It's
I
interesting.
mean, I like Baren's artwork, not all the time, but
Yeah, here it is. So this is Baren's 125 comes out this week. You guys can see it, right?
yeah.
Yep.
It's pretty good. It's very digital, almost really almost like not PS5 graphics, more like PS4 graphics.
He downgraded his.
So, but it's interesting. The crawly sprite, all the spiders all over the place. Uh, yeah, it's very 2012 graphics for sure. So it's interesting. I don't think it's trash or anything, but it's a interesting Spider-Man cover for sure, fellas.
I'm a little over Berenz's style. I liked it a lot at first, like most people did, and so artificial looking that it sort of bugs me now. This, I mean, he's got good dimension and depth, and he's got a decent eye for composition, that's for sure. And this one definitely looks finished, whereas a lot of his covers look like they're missing a layer or two. This one doesn't feel that way, so I like that. I like that there's a setting, some environment, which again is often missing in covers. So a little bit of stuff in the background. It's good, but I don't know that I would pay extra for it. It feels a little stored. That's all I got.
Yeah. What's going on here too?
Yeah, I was gonna say it definitely looks store exclusive. I think he was going for like a very creepy Spider-Man vibe, like arachnophobia kind of thing going on here. So I appreciate the artwork and at least the concept that he was going for. But like you guys said, it does get a little worse that I see more and more of his artwork. It feels so much more digital, and I can't appreciate it as much. I mean, I still like my Spawn book, but yeah.
All right. So, thumb downs for us. They're like store exclusives. Let's see what we got. I saved you the trouble of a horrendous one that Alonso had on here, and I was like, we can't. No.
You saved an artist's life today?
I just
and a store?
It was an homage to 300, and I'm like, I refuse to do an homage to 300 tonight.
I got to see what it was. I got to look on the deck.
Now we got to know what it was.
I'll give you a quick glance at the end after I
Okay.
All right, so we got from Stadium Comics. This is Sabrina, that's Teenage Witch Holiday Special #1 homage. LE 600 costs $50. And this is from Nuno Pereira. Mike, you're the
dude. This is a no-brainer buy for me. I have to have this. I mean,
yeah, I wanted to.
$50 is steep, but it's like, gosh.
Oh my god!
I mean, it's almost a dead. $50 is steep, but man, it's just it hits all hits all the feels, right? I mean, it's almost a dead ringer for the original.
That's what I said. I mean, 78.
I'm also a huge Sabrina fan, so I'm a sucker. I'm the mark for a book like this. It's horror and it's Sabrina and it's Santa Claus. I mean, it's perfect. It's just Everything's great about it.
Yeah, just little differences like the witch.
These covers I love. There's not enough fun covers anymore, and I really like this. Like this week in Cover Fire, I featured the Looney Tunes issue for the week because it's a great Marvin the Martian cover.
Oh, I love Marvin the Martian.
Yeah, man. Like, dude, like we get so serious about comics all the time, and we forget that we used to just have fun with these things when we were kids.
We'll take over.
Look at the price.
This has that feel. Yeah, $15. Yeah.
Is it $15?
We're actually $15 over it. 50 is tough.
Yeah, it's typically Stadium Comics are cheap books. I wonder if he's correct on this.
I don't know because Mike's saying it's $15.
Well, it says $15 here. I'm pointing that out. Hey, chat, somebody. Okay, they're all saying $15 in the chat.
There you go.
All right, Alonzo, typo, fat fingers.
Oh, the metal is 50, so which means there's probably like 50 or 20 of those.
Oh, okay, the metals. I understand that. But $15
sounds right now.
Yeah, is it for sale now?
He just checked their site. I don't know if it's on sale though. Alonso didn't want us to buy. He's gonna buy them all.
I know. He's like, it's $100.
I kind of believe that. The metal set was 50. The regular's 15. Thank you.
Yeah, if it's $15, I kind of want this.
Yeah, I mean, for a Sabrina book, I was like, who's selling one at 50 with 600 limited?
I know.
Like, if it was like 100 limited, I could maybe see it $50, but that's still a lot. Yeah, so he pre-ordered a pair the other day.
Oh, so you bought them all up, huh, James? Let's look behind for us.
250 print runs also, yeah. So, yeah, this was a high print run. I thought so. I was like, that is a weird thing.
Well, they know it's a Christmas book, so it's going to sell good.
Should I go now?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, completely agree with both of you. It's a insta buy. Especially at $15. The $50, it would make me think, okay? Made me rethink at least twice. But yeah, the $15, perfectly fine. The homage, it kind of what Apollo said, it was just pretty much a 1-for-1. But I appreciate that it's got the Archie characters and all those different spots. It's really cool. They didn't take away from the homage, and it looks cool. And like everyone said, Christmas covers, Santa covers, those are collectibles. You know, there's a niche for all of that.
So yeah, the metal sold out, but the regular one, $15 one, is still available. So
nice. I see Mike already bought it.
You can buy the 2-pack. The 2-pack is $60, so you essentially get.
But I think it's sold out, Mike. I'm looking at mine
regular
right now.
For 10 metal.
Oh,
but you have to buy it with the other for $59.99.
Yeah, but I think it's sold out, Mike. The 2-pack.
Is it?
Yeah, it says sold out on my computer.
Oh, it sure does. You're absolutely right. You're right.
Yeah, the regular one's still there.
Go get your covers for $15, or you guys are gonna lose out.
I don't know where you got the 600 LE because it's $250 for the regular cover and $25 metal.
Yeah, Lonzo's all over the place on this one.
He mixed it up with something else.
His own numbers.
Yeah. Sorry, fellas. Sorry, people.
All right. This is from Unknown, Anti-Hero Gallery in 616. This is Amazing Spider-Man 40. LA and costs no clue, according to Alonzo. This is from Nathan Zerdy, Jeff.
This is probably the $50 one.
Probably.
No. At least it's not over the top like his Power Girl covers or his Harley covers. I actually kind of like this one. Kind of like the colors.
Wait a minute, Jeff. Is this the right picture for Nathan Zerdy too?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, that's not. No, I don't think it is.
No, that's not Nathan Zerdy. But yeah, see, I'm not the only one who has issues doing these decks, okay? Even the guy who does it all the time.
Nathan's already Korean now.
You can forgive him. He is taking care of his wife. So, yeah, I kind of dig this one. It depends on how much it is what I would recommend. So if it's a $15-$20 book, I would recommend. I don't know if I would recommend it if it's $30 or more. Depend on how much you like Black Cat and you like this art. I like it. One of the few ones I've said I've liked of his lately.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure Nathan's already who drew this, but wait a minute, it doesn't even look like Nathan's already art. Maybe it is ugly.
I'm so confused right now. I guess we're gonna have to look this up. It's Nathan Lee now, baby.
It's all over the place. Mike, do you like this art?
No.
Done. It has purple at least. Jeez.
Like I said, I like the color tone.
All right, let's move on. He doesn't like it. He probably likes this one. Vampirella Dead Flowers 3 from Unknown Anti-Hero Gallery and 616 from Derek Chu. Limited to 500. Costs we don't know. Do you like this one, Mike?
Nope, too digital for me.
Oh my god.
Gotcha.
It is, and it's the face is too anime.
Years already. That's
there's so many great choices for Vampirella that like I can be picky. She's got her boobs out in all of them, so it's not like I'm anti boobs. It's just that this is too glossy, digital, too anime face. This is a no for me. I mean, nice body type. So thank you, Derek, for your original line work, but the rendering just appears too digital for me.
You can literally dial a phone with them. Jeff?
Derek Chu's artwork kind of looks all the same all the time. I just swapped that face with Power Girl. Swapped the face with Harley. So yeah. Yep. It's
what she looks like?
It's okay.
Anne Hathaway.
I wish.
The face, not the body, but the face for sure. I don't know, man. It's solid. It's not bad. I'm like, yeah, it's super sexy, all that. That's obvious, but it's different for Vampirella. It's more of a cosplaying Vampirella at the Playboy Mansion at the Grotto. So
where all her victims are right now.
Yeah. On Halloween, right? Dirty pool.
Yeah, like I said, I don't mind his artwork, but it's all looking the same. It's just like Adam's faces for women all look the same. J. Scott Campbell women figures all look the same. It's kind of like that. Nothing bad with the art, but it is digital.
Yeah. Oh wow. Cost if it's cheap enough, maybe it'll sell. It'll sell for sure.
Yeah, it'll sell.
All right. This sell?
That's it, huh?
Yeah, that's when I'm in charge. We're going fast.
Nice.
We got an early night tonight.
Yeah. So you can find me at CBSI. That's comicbookinvest.com, especially on Tuesdays, late morning, early afternoon for Cover Fire, which is the article that is the opposite of this podcast. And it's just regular covers. No incentives, no exclusives. This week is kind of a weak week. It's sort of a heavy week for comics, but there's not a lot of great covers. The ones that are great, though, are pretty damn good. So I already spoiled one of them. So if you want to check out the rest, go check that out tomorrow. And then Cover Tunes is the other thing that I write, but it's been a long time since I've done those. I will get back to them whenever, probably when my children are a little older. But there are 215 back issues to go and read, all kinds of topics. Anything you might be interested in, I probably wrote about it somewhere in the 4 years I wrote that article. So
Well, before everybody takes off, I'll show you the crappy cover that I took out.
Oh, yeah.
Go check it out.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, thank you.
Now, cry in terror, Ink Ugly.
Even Mike says thank you.
I'll stop sharing.
Oh, God. It doesn't get old, does it?
It's so bad. The hit, everything about it's so bad. Oh, wow. You want to close out, Jeff?
Yes, I will do that. So let's give a shout out to our sponsors again. If you want unlimited cover price for only 99 cents, you can type in the code Nirvana14. That's for 30 days. Again, the code Nirvana14. And then go over to Bird City Comics. We didn't talk about any of their books today, but I'm sure they have store exclusives. Go check them out. You get 10% off your purchase with the code TNH10. And then, of course, our buddy over at DisplayGeek.com. You want protectors for your toys, for your action figures, for your Funko Pops, your video games. Go check him out. You get 10% off your first purchase with the code Team Nerdherd. All right. And that's
Mike,
it.
Mike, you want to let them know what's today?
No artists were harmed in the making of this podcast.
Yeah,
We made it. We lived.
Yeah, maybe Nathan got hurt a little bit, but all right. I guess you hit the buttons and I'll say the final phrase here, Jeff.
Sure. Let me find the button. Well, just for you, sir. Just because.
Yeah, man, you come right out of a comic book.
I'm so glad we got that. I want the other one.
We need the other one. We need the other one.
Definitely.
All right. If you want to do it right, be a comic cover whore for life, gentlemen and ladies.
Good night.